All right, all you horror film geeks out there, got some good news. So, one of our favorite horror film franchises is going to get another movie in 2025. It's a reboot film for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, this was posted in The Hollywood Reporter by Ryan Gajewski. Is it Gajewski or Gajewski? Sorry if I mispronounced. I know one of those has got to be right. As I always say, there's always at least one name in here that I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce. All right, now that we got past that, the revival of I Know What You Did Last Summer is appropriately set to hit theaters in the dead of summer. Sony Pictures announced that its new film with the same name as the original 1997 slasher flick is set for theatrical release domestically in July of 2025. Now, usually I just say the month and the year. It says July 18th, but we know the dates with a lot of movies change often. We've seen that before. I mean, Megan 2.0 was supposed to be released in January of 2025. Now they pushed it back a few months, and I think it's not going to be released till May of next year. So Jennifer Caton Robinson, Do Revenge, is directing the sequel from a screenplay she co-wrote with Sam Lansky after an initial script from Leah McKendrick, Neil Moritz, from Leah McKendrick. Neil Moritz produces the film. The Hollywood Reporter previously reported that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. were in talks to reprise their roles from the first movie that hit theaters in October of 1997. Also scheduled for release on July 18, 2025, is Paramount's Naked Gun reboot from director Akiva Schaffer that features Liam Neeson as bumbling detective Frank Drebin. It's hard to picture Liam Neeson as bumbling anything, especially from seeing him in Taken. The original Know What You Did Last Summer starred Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ryan Phillip. Philip or Philippe? I can't remember how that name is. I gotta check something. I'm sorry, I'm off. It was penned by Scream scribe Kevin Williamson and based on the 1973 novel of the same name from author Lois Duncan, focusing on a group of friends stalked by a villain with a hook after they tried to cover up a car accident. The movie collected $141 million, which is about right for a horror film, especially a slasher. Hewitt and Prinze returned for the 1998 sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, while the 2006 film, I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, featured an entirely new cast. Amazon launched a streaming series based on the property in 2021. That was a good show, by the way. If you haven't seen it, get Amazon Prime, watch the show. And if you don't want to pay for it, I'd suggest the only other thing is just sign up, get the free trial, and cancel it before you're charged. Robinson is known for directing the Netflix comedies Someone Great and Do Revenge, in addition to working on the scripts for Unpregnant and Thor, Love and Thunder. I still haven't seen any of those. Now, another one to Deadline right here is reporting essentially the same thing. Matt Grober. Sony updates I Know What You Did Last Summer for 2025. By the way, no movie has a title that's longer than that. No movie. I think maybe one that I can think of, and I'm not even going to try to say what it is because I can't remember every word in it, but no movie title should have that many words in it. That just should be a thing. 3 words, maybe 4. Sony announced, they're saying the same thing. It was written by launching the careers of Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ryan Phillip. The franchise kicked off with the 1997's first film, which introduced viewers to 4 friends who've accidentally run over a pedestrian while driving on a coastal road one night. In their panic, they decide to dispose of the body in the ocean and vow never to speak of the incident again. However, a year later, they start receiving cryptic messages from someone who seems to know about their dark secret. The situation escalates as they are stalked and attacked by a mysterious figure wielding a hook. Now, of course, most of us horror fans, we already know what that movie was about. Of course, I bought it. I got it in my digital library on YouTube, and that is a movie that so far I've watched twice. Oddly enough, I didn't even watch it for the first time until last year. And I know I'm going to watch it again in the future. It's one of those films. So, the success of the original film led to a number of sequels, including the 1998 sequel, as well as the 2006 movie. Seriously, I know what you did last summer. I still know what you did last summer. I'll always know what you did last summer. Unbelievable. In 2021, they did a TV show. So I saw some other articles that said that, again, they were essentially saying the same thing. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. were in talks to reprise their roles. Now, I think it'll be a good movie regardless, because like I said, I think the TV show, which obviously had an entirely different cast, a whole new generation of people, I think the show was roughly as good as the movies. Maybe the first movie was still probably the best out the franchise. Because what it is, I give the first movie gets a 10 for me. The second one I'll give a 9. The third one I can't remember off top, and I'm actually going to watch that one again and kind of do my reviews of each of the movies individually in videos to kind of decide what I think the appropriate rating is. You know, my opinion. Some of you might share it, some of you might disagree. The TV show, I did a review of the TV show, and I think I gave that, did I give that a 9, maybe a 9.5? I felt it deserved it. Another show that was greatly underrated. Don't think it was marketed well. It came out in 2021. I didn't know about it till 2 years later. So that tells you right there that those type of shows and movies are just not on the better end of the spectrum when it comes to marketing and advertisement. Because, I mean, it's horror, it's slasher. So most people think like, oh, who cares? It's not action. It's not comedy. It's not even romance. So, well, there was some romance involved, but you get the point. So I don't know. Some people say, oh, well, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr., oh, they're too old. What are they going to do in this movie? I don't know. They might have kids. You never know. Sidney Prescott and Mark Kincaid have kids in Scream. That was revealed in Scream 5. And Scream 7 is in talks to probably have the kids do something. So who knows? And if they don't have them in there, oh well. I'll still go and, of course, I'll watch the movie just because I'm I'm a slasher fan. I'm a horror fan. And I'll be interested to see what happens in this one. I just hate the fact that we got to wait a year for it. Over a year. So, I don't know. Any ideas about what the next movie will be about? Tell me what you think. I have more movies and shows to talk about. Like and subscribe.